Top 10 Crypto Exchange Failures of All Time. One heartbreaking experience is witnessing all you've built fall to the ground and sink into the earth. Many cryptocurrency exchange CEOs waited for years just to see their massive investments get swept under the rug. A Bitcoin exchange is an online marketplace where users may trade Bitcoins for other cryptocurrencies or fiat money. A Bitcoin currency exchange is an online platform that operates as a middleman between cryptocurrency buyers and sellers. CoinJournal.net published a report, which was later removed from their page based on reasons best known to them, detailing the number of Bitcoin exchanges that have failed in the last 8 years. The research hinted at a significant area in the cryptocurrency world. Interestingly, according to the researchers' data, 42% of unsuccessful crypto asset trading platforms vanished without a trace, leaving users with no explanation as to why the exchange went down. According to CoinJournal.net's analysis, 22% of failing crypto exchanges in the last 8 years left owing to legitimate economic reasons. 9% of the trading platforms were outright scams or fraudulent organizations from the start. Furthermore, while 2022 has not yet concluded, the year is predicted to see a 55% increase in global crypto exchange failures. In this video, we are going to look into the top 10 cryptocurrency exchange failures so far. Please note that this video is strictly for educational purposes and is not a basis for any investment. As we advocate for financial freedom and inclusion for everyone, individuals should always invest according to their taste for risk. Without further ado, let us begin the countdown to the greatest exchange failure of all time. At number 10, CryTrEx. Again, this exchange also announced its closure in September 2020. According to the operators, CryTrEx.com has been closed for bankruptcy after more than 3 years of service owing to constant efforts of hacks that have affected the financial accounts of various users. This had a severe influence on resource management, and we were unable to continue providing our service. CryTrEx was a low-level exchange that accepted credit card deposits. Number 9. ThoDex. ThoDex, a major Turkish cryptocurrency exchange, went offline in mid-April 2021, and its CEO, Faruk Fatih Özer, was reported missing. According to Turkish authorities, Özer flew to Albania. Albanian authorities arrested 2 people on suspicion of sheltering Özer. The exchange has now been closed, and some claim that $2 billion in cryptocurrency has gone missing. Number 8. Africrypt. Raiz Bilal Kaji, 21, and his 18-year-old brother Amir Bilal Kaji, creators of Africrypt, vanished with $3.6 billion in cryptocurrency in April 2021. The brothers promoted Africrypt as an artificial intelligence-driven trading platform, in which AI super robots automatically traded customer assets for allegedly large profits. In truth, the enterprise was a standard Ponzi scheme, with new investors' funds used to repay initial investors. The Kaji brothers exited the country in late April for unknown locations. Raiz Kaji contacted the Wall Street Journal in late June, claiming that the value of stolen assets was exaggerated and that just about $5 million was missing. He also stated that he would travel to South Africa for a court appearance scheduled for November that same year. Number 7. Cryptopia. The New Zealand-based exchange was hacked twice in 2 weeks in January 2019. The Cryptopia Twitter account declared on January 15, 2019, that the trading site has suffered a severe security breach, resulting in huge losses. Trading services have been halted and a police inquiry has been initiated. The following day, the company's headquarters were placed under lockdown and a physical investigation was conducted. Over 70,000 wallets were compromised, and over $23 million in Ethereum, ETH, and ERC20 tokens were taken. On January 28th, a second incident occurred, resulting in the theft of an additional $284,000 from 17,000 wallets. It was stated in May 2019 that the Christchurch-based exchange had gone bankrupt. Number 6. Livecoin. A Russian-based exchange announced its closure on January 16, 2021, due to its inability to recover from a cyber assault on December 23rd. During the incident, hackers grabbed control of Livecoin's infrastructure and altered exchange rates, causing prices to briefly skyrocket. Once the exchange rates were manipulated artificially, the hackers began cashing out the accounts for quick profits. The exchange stated on its webpage that it had lost control of its servers, back-end, and nodes. Customers that purchased on the exchange had until March 17, 2021 to request a refund. On to the top 5. We have QuadrigaCX. Gerald Cotten and Michael Patron founded QuadrigaCX in Canada in 2013, focused on local Bitcoin exchanges, BTC. They grew with a small workforce in 2014 to install a Bitcoin ATM in Vancouver, but ran out of money in 2015 after a failed attempt to go public and list on the Canadian Securities Exchange. By 2016, plans to go public had been scrapped, the legal counsel had been fired, and all of the other directors had left from QuadrigaCX, leaving Cotten to manage the company on his own. Cotten, according to sources, controlled the company from his laptop with no permanent office. Despite its rough start, the company expanded as the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed in 2017, from $1,000 to nearly $20,000. People wanted a piece of the action, and the company grew to 350,000 users, trading more than $1 billion in assets. However, the price increase was not to last. Customers tried to cash out what they could when Bitcoin collapsed in 2018, and this is where the issue began. Customers had been complaining in the months leading up to Cotten's death that they couldn't get their funds out of the exchange and were waiting weeks, if not months, to obtain monies. There's a bunch of caution bells going off in most people's heads right now, one consumer told CoinDesk at the time. As it turned out, he was correct. The exchange was offline for maintenance on January 28th. Soon after, a court file obtained by CoinDesk showed that QuadrigaCX owed consumers $190 million. All dollar figures throughout are in US dollars. And the huge kicker at the time, no one understood how to access the exchange's reserves. In court, his widow testified that while she had Cotten's laptop, it was encrypted. She was never given the password or recovery key, and Cotten was the only person who had access to QuadrigaCX's cold storage system. At number 4, TradeHill. TradeHill's journey has been rocky from the start. The exchange first went live in early June 2011, but there were issues with Dwolla payments the following month. Fast forward 8 months to February 2012, when TradeHill was shut down after losing $100,000 in a payment processor dispute. The CEO, Jered Kenna, highlighted 2 reasons for the decision to close TradeHill. Increased regulation was one of them. One of our payment processors took almost $100,000 from our account without notice, says the other. Kenna claims that his employees have been working without pay for several months as a result of the loss of funds. Sitting at number 3, Bitcoinica. In what appears to be a continuation of security difficulties stemming from a prior breach in May 2012, Bitcoinica, a Bitcoin Forex with a large amount of funds, had its MtGox account hijacked, resulting in the theft of over 40,000 BTC and a loss of about $40,000, totaling approximately $350,000. On May 11th of that year, a server compromise gave hackers access to their liquid market trading wallet, resulting in the loss of nearly 18,547 BTC. Even before the May hack that exposed their wallet, Bitcoinica lost some BTC through a Linode hack in March that affected many Bitcoin sites, including the Bitcoin Faucet, resulting in a loss of 43,554 BTC for Bitcoinica. This takes the total amount lost by this one Forex so far this year to around 170,554 BTC. According to the evidence, Bitcoinica suffered from inadequate crisis management in the aftermath of the initial May hack that led to the compromise. At number 2, FTX. Before November 2022, FTX was recognized as one of the world's top cryptocurrency exchanges, achieving enormous popularity throughout its brief existence. The exchange was launched in 2019 with Sam Bankman-Fried co-founding and being the company's main stakeholder since its beginning. In 2017, Mr. Bankman-Fried co-founded Alameda Research, a quantitative Bitcoin trading firm. FTX experienced rapid growth, peaking in 2021 with a valuation of $32 billion. The exchange has created its own cryptocurrency coin, known as FTT. FTX's demise began on November 2, 2022, when CoinDesk, a Bitcoin and digital currency news site, released a statement disclosing that Alameda Research trading firm was substantially engaged in FTT, FTX's own cryptocurrency, which constituted roughly 40% of the trading firm's asset holdings. This announcement thrust Sam into the spotlight, causing widespread sell-offs of digital assets. The narrative revealed the depth and complexities of FTX's relationship with Alameda Research, including the fact that FTX was lending considerable amounts of its own token, FTT, to the trading firm in order to build up their cash levels. The company's disastrous failure resonated throughout the crypto industry, spurring sell-offs in other digital assets. Bitcoin plunged by a lot to 15% on November 9, 2022, following a 13% decrease the day before, and was trading below $16,000 for the first time since November 2020. Meanwhile, Ethereum fell more than 30% in a 2-day period ending November 9, 2022, and was on the verge of plunging below $1,000. While it is still too early to know and assess the full impact of FTX's demise on the crypto business, the risk of contagion, which occurs when a shock in one area travels out and affects others, is very high. Taking its position at number 1, we have MtGox. What does it indicate when a bustling Bitcoin exchange abruptly ceases all operations? Following that, their website inexplicably goes offline. then their entire Twitter feed mysteriously vanishes. Something extremely large and very horrible is happening. This exact scenario occurred in February 2014 with the Japan-based MtGox cryptocurrency exchange. The corporation had been hacked, and the consequences were disastrous. Before anyone realized what had happened, leaders of other Bitcoin companies were racing to reassure investors and maintain trust in Bitcoin. In 2010, U.S. programmer Jered Kenna founded the startup, which was later sold to French developer Mark Karpeles in 2011. MtGox was more than just a major cryptocurrency participant. At its peak in 2013, the exchange processed 70% of all Bitcoin transactions globally. By the beginning of 2014, this had decreased slightly to 60%, but the company was still performing well. MtGox was severely harmed in the greatest Bitcoin hack to date. Hackers gained access to and stole 740,000 Bitcoin from MtGox clients and 100,000 Bitcoin from the company itself, totaling around $460 million at the time. The situation quickly went out of control, and the company declared bankruptcy at the end of February 2014. This crash was said to occur as a result of poor management and activities of hackers who could have been helped by an insider. Clearly, it has been rather simple to go bankrupt, be hacked, succumb to corruption, or otherwise fail to make a profit from operating a cryptocurrency exchange. Each new exchange failure, hopefully, means that the ones that remain are safer and more resilient than ever. Having said that, no matter how safe these transactions get, there is a basic lesson to be learned. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you have yet to do so for more educational and financial videos.